Hi everybody, it's Doug Simon D. Shea with the second part of our two-part series, The Power Behind Words. Now in this video we're going to be talking about words that empower you and words that can empower others. So let's get to it. Now before we begin, let's start with a little self-diagnosis. Do you always think that you're right? Come on, be honest here. Even if you find yourself making up excuses such as, I'm a teacher, I'm a parent, I'm a consultant, of course I'm always right. Well, wrong. You have a problem. This is stifling your ability to grow and truly empower yourself and other people if you're working from the premise that you're always right. You're looking at life through blinkered lenses. The only way you can experience new things, new ways of doing things, is if you have an open mind to new situations. That means you cannot always be right about things. Now, always being right about things can turn people against you, particularly in conversations. You don't get any points from changing somebody's viewpoint, particularly if they're not in their position psychologically or emotionally to be challenged about their viewpoint. Sometimes people's views are well rooted in their psyche because they've been born out of their own experiences. So you going into a conversation with somebody that might be holding an influential card in your career and you challenge them based upon something that you perceived to be wrong, i.e. you got the right answer, is a wrong strategy to deploy. You're actually now messing things up for yourself. That being said, if you truly love the sound of your own voice above that of other people, shows that you're not truly interested in people. Because to empower people works on the premise that you understand their likes and their dislikes, their interests and their resistance. You cannot get to that stage without truly engaging people from a vantage point whereby you are open to being wrong. But don't worry too much about this concept. I'll capture it in my next video. Being empowered without any motivation has very little meaning. If you cannot motivate yourself, and understand motivation is a verb, it's a doing word. So if you cannot motivate your own self, you cannot motivate other people. So the premise of empowering somebody is to also put into the equation, into your language, words that will motivate them to get up and do something. Check out these words and phrases that you can use on yourself and others with tremendous results. You are making a real difference around here. Now I remember working in a fast food outlet in Victoria Station many moons ago, before I was grey. And I remember my boss telling me one day that, oh, Douglas, you're making a real difference here. It was he said it in such a subtle way, but the effects were so huge. I just felt so happy inside that, okay, I am being valued. I am being recognized for the work I'm doing. And sure enough, that day I worked harder than I ever had done in that role. And I could tell that my boss had a twinkle in his eye as well, that he knew that he had said something positive to me and it was having a good effect. You got what it takes. You can do it. Nothing is impossible for you. Can you imagine saying this to a child growing up? A child that's struggling to ride a bicycle, a child that's struggling with mathematics. These words come in three parts. You can do it. You've got what it takes. Nothing's impossible for you. This will give you seismic results, particularly if you apply them to yourself and have it as your own internal narrative before you trying to accomplish something that you might have felt is beyond your capabilities. Say those words over and over to yourself. I need you. You are so needed around here. We cannot be so successful without you. Now, need is a very short word, 4 letters, but extremely powerful. All relationships are built upon need. When you feel you don't need somebody, you will struggle to find a room to grow your relationship. Try it with your friends. If you don't contact your friends in a long time, the need is gone, so the relationship wanes. So it is in the professional world. If you feel you're not needed at work, you find your attachment to going to work wanes also. I'm proud of you. Now, I was taught at a very young age, don't stop any task, any activity, keep the pursuit of your goals alive until it fills you with a sense of pride. Pride is the feeling that you get that makes you feel more empowered, more capable of taking on other tasks. Once you've got that feeling of being proud, you want to share that with other people. And that feeling of pride, though it can be addictive, is one of the feelings that you need to be having if you want to progress to do other more difficult tasks in your life. So truly, to feel positive, to feel inspired, to feel that you can take on the world, you have to have a sense of pride in what you do and have achieved. Even when your children come home from school with the best artwork and you put it on the fridge, tell them just how proud you are of them. Sometimes when you have to facilitate a group, you hit a brick wall where the group are not able to understand or process what it is you're trying to convey. And they come out with expressions such as, I don't know. This can be so disheartening, particularly if you are trying to coach the group, i.e. you're not trying to tell them the answer, but you want them to reach the answer by themselves. Insert the word if. Reframe the sentence, I don't know, I'm not sure, by inserting the word if, because it allows people to explore things theoretically that can take the conversations into new areas for further discussion. Thanks and gratitude words. Did you know by thanking a new acquaintance that has helped you, they are 3 times more likely to want to seek an ongoing social relationship with you? Now, giving thanks is not that straightforward. There are 5 key elements you must adhere to ensuring your thank yous are the most effective. Number 1, the thank you must be timely. There's no point in thanking somebody for something they've done for you years later, weeks later, or months later. You got to say it in the moment. Number 2, you must compliment the attributes of the person you're giving the thanks to. For example, the way that you work is so diligent. The way that you prepared that meal, I could tell that you put a lot of heart and soul into it. Number 3, you must recognize the intent of the person that you're giving the thank you to. For example, the way that you prepared that PowerPoint presentation, I could tell you wanted the whole team to shine, and boy did you do it. Number 4, recognize what it actually cost that person to achieve that task that deserved that thank you. For example, I could tell you dedicated a lot of your time and money to make this project a success. Lastly, number 5, articulate the benefits. Call them out. Be proud to say them. Tell that person, thank you for making more money for the organization. Thank you for bringing an environment that's more conducive for work, pleasure and play. Thank you for taking care of the kids. The kids are so much happier. Thank you for washing the car. Articulate the benefits. Don't just say thank you. You have to be specific. It has to be aligned to whatever it is you're thanking them for. The power behind the word yes. According to Tim Davis, in his study, to prove or disprove the power of using the word yes, he discovered when the salesperson used the word yes at least 3 times within the conversation, sales increased by 32%. Next up, acknowledgement words. Now, as the social media world goes mad looking for more and more followers, people on Instagram looking out for more and more likes. Now, my message to you is simple. In life, you only need a few believers. Likes and followers to me mean nothing at all. I need people around me that believe in me. Why? Because belief in somebody else helps boost them up. When we take a look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, when we have somebody that acknowledges us, we move to the 4th plane, which is all to do with love and being acknowledged for who you are. So this is a very, very important attribute to instill in yourself and in your language that you use, acknowledging other people. And how can you do that? You can say things such as, I know it's important for you that you go home early. Or, I know it's important for you that I keep my room tidy at all times. Also, introducing words such as together in your sentences can also boost somebody's feeling of togetherness and get the oxytocin levels rising. Lastly is win-win words. This must be your mindset anytime you want to pitch an idea or concept to somebody else. Anytime you want to win the hearts and minds of other people, you have to be thinking, what are the win-win scenarios? What words, what phrases can I put into my language to ensure that I win and the prospect wins as well? For an example.
Why waste your time dreaming when you could be fulfilling your biggest, boldest, brightest goals using a proven technique to turn your dreams/goals into reality? Do you struggle to prioritize your tasks to achieve your goals? Surely there is a better way. We don't have to land in space to be great. Frankly, we don't need to. But given the opportunity, wouldn't you like to do something spectacular and make an impact? I'm sure you do. But right off the bat, let me inform you that you're not going anywhere if you don't have your goals properly mapped out. How you define your goals and the steps you take to implement them are crucial to your success. The secrets behind achieving extraordinary results can be found in this highly detailed book, and I will be with you every step of the way, giving you all the motivation you need. Hint, it has something to do with a fabulous technique called the 140 Rule, created by Douglas Hamadishi.
Don't forget, guys, hit like, subscribe and comment on the links below so we can share this journey together. All of this means nothing if it's not applied and shared. Each one, teach one. This has been Douglas Hamadishi for NobodyMotivation.com. I'm out.